with actress, singer/musician, producer, and founder of the Stephen Joseph Fay Memorial Fund, Pennie Fay. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. So my first question is, how did you start getting into acting and music?
I was born a musician and an actress. I'd say by the time I was 3 or 4, I sang every Joplin song there was, every Neil Young song there was. My mother was a hippie. Yeah, growing pot in the kitchen, but we won't talk about that.
No.
But I used to tell people that Janis Joplin was my mother and Neil Young was my father, all through school. But didn't have much family support about it, but it was what I was doing. I was in bands through junior high school and high school, and of course, theater in school. In the 4th grade, I played Mrs. Lynch from Grease.
Oh my gosh.
With the 6th graders.
I just saw Grease too, so I can only picture it now. Like, oh wow.
I got beaten up for it. How come there's a 4th grader in the 6th grade play?
As a principal of the 6th graders, which is funny.
It's just, that's what happens when you have talent. I sang on Jimmy Kimmel Live with Boz Scaggs. I sang Fleetwood Mac Dreams.
How did you get that? Like, how did you get the Jimmy Kimmel gig?
I have no fear. They said, anybody in the audience have talent? I raised my hand, and boom, there I was.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And Jimmy asked me to come back the next night, do another performance, and unfortunately I couldn't because the Disturbed were playing and they were running out of time. I started the foundation during the trial.
Okay.
When there was no justice, and with each no I got, the foundation grew. With each wall I hit, the foundation grew. And the foundation has so many different layers for the no's that I had and for whom my son was. He was multi-layered, multi-talented, and would have definitely been a great person in this world to give to others. But they intertwine now. My acting and my foundation intertwine.
How so?
I am not going to listen to anybody and say, put that aside. I'm not going to put that aside. That's a life experience. This is who I am. I'm not going to listen to you go on and on about maybe you came back too soon, maybe you should have this, maybe, no, maybe you should have been a better person. And as I was beginning the foundation, Talent and Skills, whom I'm great friends with, one of their top actresses, I would say, and models.
So,
Gerald invited me to the Independent Film Festival for the last day, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go. He said, come on, we're having a great time, come on. I showed up late, I ended up having a great time, but ironically, this person is staring at me, and he said, you're Madeline. I said, who's Madeline?
like, I'm not Madeline.
No, I'm Pennie Fay. He says, no, you're Madeline. Madeline from our sitcom. We wrote her, we wrote you. It turns out that Stephen, who's one of the writers, one of the producers, and the casting director,
Wow,
knew right away that I was the lead for the sitcom, The Ha 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 Show. Wasn't for Talent and Skills, I would have never met, the director, Roderick Giles. He worked with Spike Lee for 10 years as the assistant director. So right now we're just working on the budget, and we should have our, the 12 episodes are written. Wow. It's a 12-episode sitcom. So we should have our show up in a few months.
And what particular, do you know what network it's going to be on?
We're hoping HBO, BET, but Oprah, if you're out there, I'd love to be on Oprah. But
if we don't mind noting that possible thing.
I love Oprah. You
too. She's great.
Yeah, it's Oprah. We don't know yet, but right now it's about the budget, so that's how much closer we are to it. And then I needed representation, so I started making phone calls, and I got my own representation.
Okay.
Going
Just for this film? Just for this television show?
I needed to be represented.
Okay.
I didn't, I signed a confidentiality agreement, but past that, I needed somebody in the business
To help you
to help me
through the.
I didn't want to, have, this agent and that agent, not be exclusive with somebody and, hey, I'm an agent, I'll do it. I didn't want that. So Mark Stolzenberg referred me to his manager,
Okay.
and I called her, and she took me on right away.
And
One
have
of
you
the
ever
best-
had representation prior, or?
Yes, but not
Not
exclusivity,
exclusive.
and never a manager.
Okay. Okay. So it was all like freelancing agents and
Yes.
everything like that?
Yeah, you have to date them before you marry them.
Yep. That's a really good analogy for that. Yeah, I could totally see that, because you work with them, see if they're a good fit for you, or that you're a good fit for them, until finally you sign that contract, that deal, that binding. You can divorce them, but yeah,
She and I hit it off. We're like sisters from another lifetime.
that's great. That's
She
great.
is me and I am her.
So that she's
So-
definitely on your side too.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of good things have been happening. I was just asked to do this media magazine with A-listers of my top restaurant picks. So I just sent in my top international restaurant picks. I'm getting calls for interviews constantly. I'm doing radio
That's fun.
shows. I just did LA News, LA Talk Radio. I did Hofstra University Radio. I did Stony Brook University Radio, and web radio. Constantly getting interviews, and the doors are opening for me the way they were in Philly. The difference is in Philly I was constantly working.
Right.
I can afford right now to sit back and wait, even though I am going on auditions for commercials.
Yeah.
I cannot commit myself to a long-term project because of the sitcom.
Okay.
I'm the lead.
Right, exactly. And that if the pilot kicks off, things happen.
The pilot will kick off, and it's a incredible, funny sitcom, a one of a kind.
Okay.
And because it's so original, and I'm original, and it's so real, I really see it as a hit. And I can see spin-offs too.
Interesting. So different characters that you've noticed would be.
Right. It's another multi-layered type of show. Multi-layered foundation, multi-layered show, multi-layered person. Just, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
And if you can describe to me what your character is like at the show, besides, since it is written for you, since you said it's a little bit of a dirtier kind of thing, is it the Sopranos type, or is it way different from what you'd usually?
Way different. Madeline, originally they had written the script for a 70-year-old. I am nowhere near 70. And they wanted a cougar.
Okay.
Being that I'm half that age, we turned it into a MILF.
Okay.
Originally I was supposed to have a mulatto son, now I have a mulatto daughter. They changed
they
a few
worked through it,
things
yeah.
for me. I'm hypersexual.
Okay. Okay.
But it's supposed to be a secret in the bar that I own. My club. I own a comedy club,
Okay.
the most famous in Harlem. And the manager, who used to be my banker, is my lover. He hates the fact that he's my lover because
it's
he
not
can't
in the
leave.
open.
I threaten him. At the same time, the comedy show goes on, yet there's this stick from Africa, from slavery, that has curses if it's not up, and so many bad things happen to people if the stick from the tree is gone. And we have real comedians on the show as special guests doing
Oh, really?
the comedy. But at the same time, within the bar in my show, my comedy club, we're filming a reality show.
Huh.
It's just so funny, and the writing.
It's an interesting concept too. That really is innovative, and that definitely seems like it's going to kick off.
The writing is superb. The writing is superb. And what's great about Roderick Giles is he allows improv.
That's good.
Oh,
Because some of the best things, some of the best movies come out of improv.
we have done wonderful things together, my lover and I, because he just lets it roll and lets us go and take it far. You know, as long as we stay innuendo, because you will never see anybody naked. You will never see anybody.
This is always like assumed nudity kind of thing.
That's correct.
Implied.
Which makes it so much funnier. Yet it's supposed to be a secret, but the whole staff knows.
Okay.
You know, and then we have a Jamaican chef where everything he makes is spicy. You know, and people want a mild salad and they're getting a spicy salad. And we have a Japanese waiter who wants to be, you know, a black comic someday.
So there's a lot
gay
of crazy
bartender.
characters, and then the
Yes.
comedians. You have it? Do they have any like ones that are booked now, or is there up and coming comedians that are going to be on the show?
Well, we don't know who the comedians are yet.
Okay.
We're not privy to that yet.
All right.
Yeah, we'll be surprised too.
Okay, so you just be
Yeah.
like, so and so's on the show today. Okay.
Well, they'll probably give us, you know, the intro, but
like a heads up, maybe at least a week in advance or something. Yeah.
it'll be fun.
my
It definitely will be fun. Working with great comedians.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, because a lot of the guys on the show are actually improv comedians themselves. They're not, you know, trained actors, which makes it so real.
Yeah.
You know?
And basically just full circle again to what you know, everything seems to be falling into place.
Nobody reads.
Mm.
Nobody reads, and that's a great thing. Nobody reads.
Nobody reads. Yeah.
You know, and we're a family. We're a family, and we could feel it. And they picked a very good cast. The crew is amazing. There's a difference, I think, when you work with Afro-Americans and you have very few white people. I think that it's more comfortable. You know, what it is what it is, and I can't wait. I feel like the future female Jim Carrey.
You just said the magic word. He's one of my favorite actors in the world. So I really do hope that for you, because that would be awesome. It's because he has so many different ideas, and just his face just contorts everything. It just, I'm a huge fan. I was in love with him when I was young. Anyway, aside from that,
He's got technique.
he does.
And he doesn't, you know, have...
And he was like the most natural. He, you know, just started from stand-up, and then he went right into films, and, you know, basically just went off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's who, you know, I used to say, oh, Deborah Winger, Shirley MacLaine, oh,
No, you
Meryl
have to go
Streep.
strictly to
You know.
females, you know.
But when I think about it, and I compare myself to an actor, I say Jim Carrey.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
does have that just like natural whatever kind of thing to him.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, another great, may he rest in peace. And
Both just improv was a huge thing. We're just whatever. Let's just go off.
but they've also done great
a lot
movies.
of serious and
So
fabulous films. Yeah.
They've crossed the lines, and I see myself doing that. You know, I remember a story that Jim Carrey had once said that he wrote a $1 million check to himself and put it in his wallet when he was a starving actor in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, one of these days I'll be able to write $1 million check. I'm so tempted to do that, but I'm afraid that my wallet would get stolen and somebody will go to the bank account
get a blank check.
and
Yeah.
steal my $56. But I think about that all the time, and that's positive reinforcement into the universe. And when you have that positive reinforcement to the universe,
It brings
that
it back.
spiritual enforcement, it does come back.
Hmm.
And that's what's happening in my life right now.
I noticed that, and I'm looking forward to seeing the show. Just one more thing. You mentioned that you were from Brooklyn.
Yes.
You were born and raised there.
Bensonhurst.
Okay, so and then you come out to Philly. You've been around, almost around the country, around the world. Do you have accents that you've picked up?
Oh, Lord, have I.
Would you like to demonstrate a few?
I'm not sure if I care to.
So you mentioned before that you were from Brooklyn,
Yes, Brooklyn in the house.
born and raised.
Born and raised.
That's right, a New York girl. I like that.
Yes,
So am
I
I. So, and then you've also been to Philly. You were all around. You went to the Caribbean. So, thinking you're a world traveler, did you pick up some accents along the way?
I think so.
Ah,
I've tried. I've tried my best, really. I've been around.
so any particular place special? Like, I don't know. Did you pick up an Irish accent?
Oh, for fuck's sake. I love the bag. The bag is my most personal place in the world, you know. You get the bag, you throw it in the fire, and then you can heat your clothes. It's a nice day for drying, you know, when you throw in the bag, you know. Oh, but Jesus. Poke my horn. Nay, hig'em, dig'em too. Yeah, I like Irish. Irish as well, you know.
So I always never get, like, it's too close to Scottish for me. Sometimes I can't tell the difference. Could you?
Oh, Scotland. Scotland's a very big difference, Scotland. I can't believe that they didn't go for their independence, you know. These Celtics, I don't get it. It's bright green in Scotland, so I just don't know. You know, the Irish have been waiting for years to have their independence, and then they voted no.
So then, she's overseas. She got all that. How about the Caribbean? Can you go back down there?
Oh, Bahama Mama, come here, I show you a good time, Mama. Do you like my conch? Oh, I show you a conch shell. Listen to my conch. Oh, baby, oh, you're too skinny for me.
Wow. So, and then, of course, got to bring it back home. Bring it back home with your best
Bring
Brooklyn-
it back home, bring it back home.
And this is her singing as well. So, with your Brooklyn accent.
Yes.
Bring it back at that.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Bensonhurst, you know, so we had a very different accent than most people. I used to hang out with Augie and Anthony, and, you know, we were agitated, just hanging around on the corner, you know, wearing our Bensonhurst t-shirts, you know, driving our Cadillacs, you know, but I could also do the Bronx.
The Bronx.
The Bronx is different than Brooklyn.
How about Queens?
Queens is easy because you either have a Korean accent, a Chinese accent, or a New York accent. But there's no special Queens accent.
Interesting.
It's a combination of
No
a
Fran Drescher type of thing?
smorgasbord
Okay.
of- I live in Maspeth. Yeah, I live in Maspeth. You know, Vinny's my husband. You know, Vinny Pulaski from Greenpoint, Brooklyn, where we eat our pierogies. That's a Queens accent, you know. But we like onion or pierogies. We don't want the meat. We stay away from the meat.
So you've been everywhere and you've picked up from everywhere. So better than a souvenir, I'd say an accent is something that you need. So with your best, whichever accent you'd like, I'd like you to help me out with something. Good talent is hard to find.
Not anymore.